right, Eagles Nation, the season begins tomorrow. Banner night or not banner night, depending if you're on the team, a fan of the team, however you want to feel about that, you can let me know that in the comment section. Today's video is just kind of talking about an overall season outlook for the Philadelphia Eagles as they are going into the season, aside from backup quarterback Tanner McKee dealing with a finger injury, completely healthy at this point in time. The defending Super Bowl champions were dealing with some injuries in training camp. AJ Brown with the hamstring injury wasn't even on the injury report all week. Landon Dickerson appears to be a full participant in practice on Tuesday, so I don't expect much to change at this point in time. The defense, Mukuba fully practiced. He seems healthy. Jahad Campbell, he made it through training camp. People had some question marks there. Philly is fully healthy going into the 2025 season and going into tomorrow's game versus the Dallas Cowboys. There should be no reason, in my estimation, that the Eagles don't dominate Dallas. We will have a specific game preview going live on the channel tomorrow around somewhere in the morning, probably between 9 a.m. and noon, so keep an eye out for that. But as I look ahead to the Eagles season, it's just clear to say, and it's not being biased, it's not being overzealous, this is a Super Bowl or bust squad. This is not the 2017 Philadelphia Eagle champions who they won that Super Bowl, but on a miracle run, backup quarterback, way older team. This is a team that is primed to dominate the second half of the 2020s. To me, this team has Legion of Boom Seahawks energy. They are the second youngest team in football. They have a very young defense. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Jahad Campbell, Mukuba, all in some version of their rookie contract. Nolan Smith, Jalex Hunt, Ajomo. A very young defense. You have guys like Bond, who are still there, Nakobe Dean coming back, still a young player, Reed Blankenship. There's some vets scattered in there. But this is a young defense and a young defensive core that with an offense that Howie Roseman has put together that's going to cost a lot of money, can balance out this squad because he is drafted so well. On the offensive side of the ball, obviously we could talk for days about how talented Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, the offensive line, Goddard, Dotson are. But the balance is there in terms of money. You're going to have to extend to Jalen Carter, absolutely. And the money will have to be come and gone, and some guys will have to go, similar to the way CJ Gardner-Johnson's money had to come off the table. Slay couldn't afford to extend. Sweat. It happens. But this team is a Super Bowl or bust squad. When you are an Eagles fan watching this team this year, coming off of a Super Bowl, anything less than a Super Bowl doesn't meet expectations of what the team could have done this year. So going into this season, I once again look at the Philadelphia Eagles as a Super Bowl or bust squad. I didn't even really look at them that way last year. They overperformed. This year, the expectation's on. I'm excited to see what we see from them. I think that Jalen's probably going to have to throw the ball more this year because I'd imagine a lot more teams are going to sell out against the run. Weapons like AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, Dotson, and Jalen Hurts, who is a top 5 quarterback in the sport, argue with the wall, could get it done. When I look at the preview, should they win the NFC East? Absolutely. Absolutely. New York and Dallas are not playoff teams. And Washington, while they do have an up-and-coming quarterback in Jaden Daniels, who is going to be a problem for us to deal with for the next decade, the defense isn't that good. Certainly doesn't look like it can stop the run. And it's the oldest team in the league. This is Philly's division for the taking. I expect them to be the first team to go back-to-back in this division since they did it all the way back 20 years ago now at this point. I expect them to have 12 to 14 wins and be competing for the 1 seed in the NFC. I would like the NFC playoffs to once again run through Philadelphia, especially with the advantage that that has, as a lot of the competing teams aren't used to cold weather. Obviously, the Packers are, but Detroit, Dome, Minnesota, Dome, Rams, LA, Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida. This feels like the Eagles NFC for the taking still. It feels like the Eagles certainly NFC East for the taking. And it feels like a team that should go win a Super Bowl. And I think that they could be the first time, the first team other than Kansas City to go back-to-back in a while. And I think the NFL maybe headed a little bit more towards some NBA style of the cream of the crop is the cream of the crop. We'll see. But I believe in our Philadelphia Eagles, and I cannot wait for the season to start tomorrow. If you can't wait for the season to start tomorrow, make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I will catch you next time. Peace.